Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 98. I'm Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff the Funeral Commander Harbison.
Hey, y'all. Hey, it's cold out here in Arizona this morning. Look, I've got a sweater on. Yeah, we're just having a terrible cold tundra.
Yeah,
we're at 50 degrees this morning.
Oh, 50. Holy Moses. What are you going to do? It's only going to get up to 75 today. Oh, crap.
Yeah, we turned on the heat. I have to get some extra golf gloves to stay warm.
Yeah.
Feels like
you grab bread and milk at the grocery store and salt bags.
Yeah, we're having that desert effect cold. Like up in Syracuse, you have the what's it called, the lake effect.
It's terrible.
So we're having desert effect cold right now. So it can drop all the way down to like the 50s or something.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Hey, man, we're only a few weeks away from Christmas. Well, a few days, actually.
A few days, brother. A few days.
Yeah, you can tell how far along I am.
That's what happens when your kids are grown and out of the house.
Yeah.
Another day.
I'm thinking about what golf rounds I have this weekend. So what's in store for us here on FN 98?
Well, on today's show, we are going to interview a very important executive director of the Academy of Professional Funeral Service. The spotlight is going to be in Ohio, and the WTF is a balancing act. But before we move any further, we have got to shout out C&J Financial and our boys, the Fast Funding Group, Jamie and his crew, that have been our title sponsor going on 2 years now, which is what makes this show possible. I mean, there's a lot of cost and expense that goes into virtually getting you and I together every single week. Big deal for C&J. So let's roll that promo.
What payment method?
All right,
Ryan, as we talked a few minutes ago, not much buzz this week, the week of Christmas, week before.
Yeah, it's like, what we found is funeral directors that are working this week are there because they've got families. Otherwise, they're kicking it at home or getting Christmas ready. So it's a kind of a down week, so there's not a lot happening, but I feel like it's been a very good year in funeral service.
That's been awesome.
So I think that's going for us.
Yeah, we do. Well, let's jump into our more minute. This comes from Mark in Colorado, and the question is: Instagram for funeral home marketing?
Yes. So the demographic on Instagram skews younger than Facebook, but that 35 plus demographic is growing. So Instagram is kind of the next platform where funeral directors should be putting some of their focus. If they're winning on Facebook, should be leveraging that to win on Instagram because of the amount of attention that's there. And Instagram stories are super, super powerful for documenting the day in the life and what's happening in a funeral home. So yes, Instagram marketing, if you're winning on Facebook, absolutely makes sense to leverage that for Instagram.
Well, that's a great more you know, and make sure and contact Ryan at the email shown at the bottom if you have more questions, or just send them to us on Facebook.
Yep.
Ryan, I'm all jacked up because we have a really great guest today. This lady is one of our superlatives in the industry, and folks don't always get to hear from her.
That's right.
But she works really hard. So let's go ahead and bring Patty Hutchison on and roll that tape. Patty, welcome to the Funeral Nation show. We're glad to have you here today.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Great for you to be here. How about share a little bit about your funeral service professional background?
I live, eat, and breathe funeral service, literally. Live next door to the funeral home. My husband and I started our funeral home in 1983. We were 5 years old. And we are in a town of a little over 1,000 people. We call it Buchanan, Georgia. You would call it Buchanan, Georgia, probably. And this is our home area. And when we started, we did 8 calls that first year. My background is actually education. I have a master's degree in English. And so I was teaching. And then I went to mortuary school because he said, we're going to own our own business, so you need to understand it. And once I went to mortuary school, I realized I loved that too. I loved education. I loved funeral service. I have the best of both worlds. And in 1987, started teaching at Gupton Jones College of Funeral Service. So I taught there for over 26 years. I taught restorative art, psychology of funeral service, and a little bit of everything. I taught embalming at one time, sociology, management, even dabbled a little in small business management, and loved it. Loved the students, loved seeing their success, and I get to see that now. So it's really great.
I'm sure.
Our business has grown from that first year at 8 calls to last year we were honored to serve 192 families.
Wow.
Fantastic.
And we have 2 funeral homes, Hutchison Memorial Chapel here in Buchanan, which is next door, with 2 crematories. We have Hutchison Croft Funeral Home, and my daughter and son-in-law help in that. That's in Temple, Georgia. And then we purchased a couple of years ago a pet crematory. And so we have Hutchison Family Pet Crematory.
Good for you.
We do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Y'all are in the business. And you know what? You're an English major, so y'all is a real word in our vernacular, correct?
It is. It is.
Good. I have some people that argue with me about that.
Hey, we're from the South.
Amen.
Well, Patty, you're currently the Executive Director of the Academy of Professional Funeral Service Practice. Please tell us a little bit about that association and organization.
Okay, I came on board in 2013, so I've been here 4 years. Kimberly Gellert, who was before me, had been the Executive Director for 18 years. So it has a really good standing, I think, in funeral service. The Academy started in 1976, and it was started by some funeral directors who said, we want to recognize people who go above and beyond. We want to recognize those who are committed to personal and professional development. And so they started the Academy. It was incorporated, as I said, in 76. Ed Fitzgerald, if some may know his name, he was the first member. He's 76-1. And I think in those 40 years, the Academy has grown. People still don't know who we are. And I think that branding issue is there for a lot of people in funeral service, a lot of groups in funeral service. But our main focus is on really getting those funeral directors to pursue lifelong learning and to keep going and moving forward and learning and becoming recognized in their community as someone who goes above and beyond what's required.
Excellent. You know, I think your organization is probably one of the ones that are upping the professional credentials, you know, because as in any practice, like with CPAs or someone else, the CFSP credential means something. So why do you, from the Academy's standpoint and your professional sharing with funeral directors that don't have the CSFP, why is that important or that designation important for them to pursue?
Okay, CFSP, Certified Funeral Service Practitioner.
CFSP, there we go. My dyslexia kicks in, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's not for everybody. And I think as I talk with people, I have those who say, you know, I don't want to do that. Well, here's the thing. You're probably doing everything that we ask you to do anyway. You're going to conventions. If not, you're getting continuing education credits. You're active in your community. We do recognize community involvement. And so you really are doing it. It's a matter of putting it down on paper or putting it online, and letting us look at what you're doing and looking at how that evolves. I think it's important for personal development. I think it's important for people to see, hey, this is what I'm doing. Look at what I've accomplished this year. But it's also important when those initials are after your name, you're going to have family members sometimes ask that question. And it's so easy to tell those family members, hey, this is the highest voluntary certification in funeral service. And it says that I do more than what is mandated by my state in continuing education, and that I believe in lifelong learning and professional development. And so it's an opportunity really to show that you believe in going above and beyond. And that's the only way I know how to explain it, is that it's a little bit more than what you do on a daily basis.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Well, so how does a funeral professional get a CFSP certification? And how
We're
many
not good at this morning, are we? I know. I'm waiting to spit something out. I even wrote it down now because I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna mess this up. And she's an English major.
Yes.
Hey.
CFSP.
No. CFSP. Funeral service. CFSP. Yeah.
CFSP.
Yeah.
So how does one get that certification, and how many are there out there in the United States?
Okay, the first thing you do is join the Academy. The Academy has 2,277 members right now.
Wow.
Out of those 2,277 members, 1,670 are CFSPs. So you join, you do a career review, which takes you back. And let me say, people who join have to be licensed funeral directors or students. Mm-hmm. And an intern or apprentice comes under a student category. Interns and students don't get to do career reviews because they don't have career reviews yet. Mm-hmm. They can't review it. But once you do the career review, you get so many points for that or credits, and then you start adding in everything you do. Community work, conventions, continuing education seminars, workshops, things you do if you go out in the community and offer seminars. And it's 180 hours to certify. Mm. And so once you reach those 180 hours or 18 Academy credits, you receive the CFSP designation. Then each year, you have to have 20 hours to maintain it. So we require work every year.
That's awesome. You know, you've got a great board and folks that are working with you. One of the guys, Zach Carnley, hey man, shout out to you, buddy. He works with you, and of course, your past president know pretty well, John. Just listening to you just then and hearing about the younger folks or the new students, they don't necessarily have to be young to enter this industry. I would think a great emphasis should be on them receiving this professional designation, particularly for a career path, just having it. So I'm hopeful that the folks who are entering this and the ones who are currently serving will take a little further notice and a look at this, because we're up against so much out here of negative press often, and having professional designations where I believe that our profession is honorable and noble. But anything we can do to enhance it and make it better, this is certainly a great route to go with your organization.
And it would be great if funeral directors, funeral owners, funeral home owners would recognize that it's important to have this. And then it would be a marketable tool for those new people coming out that, hey, I have the CFSP designation.
Right. And I'll tell you, that's exactly where I was heading in my thought process. This is a marketable thing to do because you're self-branding. And, you know, one has a designation, the other doesn't. Imagine if a funeral home that all their directors were CFSP designated. See, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Well, we're going to finish up here, and we always have a little bit of fun, Patty. So this is exciting. Are you ready for our lightning round?
Okay. Hey, can I shout out something?
Yeah, you can.
We have members all over the world, by the way.
Okay.
We have members in Canada, members in Ireland, England, Belgium,
Wow.
South Africa. So hopefully you have some viewers all over the world.
We
You
do.
don't have to just be here in the United States to be member of the Academy and a CFSP.
And I'll tell you what we'll do too. We'll send you the link so that you can send this out in your email for everybody to watch. There we go. And I'm a believer. You know, the first time we met, we had a great conversation just after we launched the show. And so we're grateful to have you on here. And thank you for what you're doing for our profession.
Thank you. And thank you for what you're doing.
All right. So here we go. You're welcome. You might not thank me after these questions.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Favorite Christmas song?
Mary, did you know? Contemporary.
Mine too.
Angel, we have heard on high for the traditional.
I got it. I have to tell you, Pentonic singing Mary. All right, so there we go. I'm on with
Put
you.
my church choir up against them, though.
All right. Oh, we have a challenge here. All right, so what's the best vacation spot?
You know, I'm a funeral director. Vacations are conventions, but I can think of two that we actually went on that wasn't a convention, and our best was Ireland.
Oh, good for you. That's a good spot.
Yeah.
So I have to ask this you're from the great state of Georgia or Georgia Tech?
Oh my, Georgia! What?
The dogs, y'all doing pretty good this year.
They're gonna be in the Rose Bowl. Gotta watch
That's
them.
exactly right. I watch the parade and the game. All right, here's the big one. We always have fun with this celebrity crush.
I love Harrison Ford.
Ooh.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And I love Tom Selleck too. It was kind of a toss-up. I love Blue Bloods.
All right, there you go. You know, that's a good answer. As I said before we started the show, we've had two. One we couldn't quit talking about. The other one we were speechless. We'll let them go. And so here's the last one. This is more funeral oriented. Wood or metal casket?
Wood with cremation. I want everything. I want a full service. I want my family to have the support of people coming and everything there. But at the end, I want to be cremated.
Hey, you know what? Good for you. I'm exactly the same thing. It's going to be a party for some time, and it'll involve lots of libations and cigars. In fact, I have already put it out there that when I go into the retort, I want a cigar in my mouth to go with me. I'm dying smoking.
Are they going to light it before you go in?
If somebody would, that'd be nice. I don't know if they get it going. But anyway, well, Patty, thank you. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you for participating with us. And we'll do our best to propagate the good news and what you're doing there. And let us know how we can support you.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. The Academy is a great organization, and I love working for it. And I wish everyone were a member. So thank you for thinking of us.
Right. Well, you're doing an effing great job. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Fantastic interview. Really grateful for Patty coming on. And we must say, Jeff, like in our first couple episodes, Patty wasn't a huge fan of what the effing show was doing. But now we've coaxed her hard into loving us, I think.
It is. It's just hard not to, right? I mean you got the best of both worlds.
Gosh, look at you. It's amazing.
Hey, man, who is our other sponsor here? Because we got somebody that he's just knocking it out of the park.
He is. Sitch Caskets, or Sitch Casket. Our boy, Cirrus Chan and his crew. And they are, I mean, they're quietly just rocking the ship, and it's been great to work with them. They've been great supporters. We're going on year number 2 as well, so thank you to Cirrus and his crew. But this year they have been giving away a free casket every single month, so 1 month left. Let's roll that promo.
Funeral Nation is sponsored by Sitch Casket. Sitch has changed everything for funeral homes facing only your accountant can tell the difference.
All right, Jeff, it's time for our spotlight on a funeral director, and this one's kind of in my backyard, not too far from here in Zanesville.
Yeah, it's interesting. As everybody knows, spotlight on a funeral director or a professional in our industry doing something great for our business. We're going to shine it on Brian Chandler, who's the owner of Chandler Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Caldwell, Ohio. That's kind of in the West Virginia, Pennsylvania area. If I
Yeah, Southeast Ohio.
yeah, and I think it's a town of less than 2,000 or so.
Very
It's really
small.
small. Anyway, there was an article that featured him called Future Tense. It's a collaboration between Arizona State University, New America, and Slate Magazine, which I have to tell you, that's some new age stuff right
Yep,
there.
sure is.
Anyway, I was reading along, and basically the article was about Brian and his efforts in such a small community using social media, his website, all technology to reach these folks, and how he's working with them, serving families in a population less than 2,000 people.
Yep.
I thought it was brilliant.
He's really in a rural area. I called on Brian for 8 years when I was with my father-in-law's vault company. So super progressive, great guy. It's good to see that his envelope pushing is getting noticed.
Yeah, I mean, again, these are national big magazines. So congratulations, folks. If you're, what do you say, Ryan? If you don't listen to you, you lose.
Yeah, if you're not doing it, you're going to lose, and you deserve to lose.
Yeah, don't be a loser. Use social media. Call Disrupt Media. I'm just telling you, don't be a loser.
Don't be a loser.
You don't like it. Nobody likes a loser, right?
No,
anyway, that's it. Winners. We want to win again. You're right. Hey, look, Brian, great job. Salute to you. Our hats off. Well done over there.
Absolutely. All right, Jeff. It's our WTF segment. Pretty much the last one of 2017, right? Yeah. So
yeah,
give me your commentary. What the funeral on this balancing act?
It is a balancing act. I don't know that if the casket companies now are trying to reduce delivery charges, right, by using something new here.
Yeah,
I mean, think about it. If you use what is that thing? Some kind of scooter or something?
Like a moped.
Yeah. Yeah. The question is, I would suppose when I first saw it, is there actually a body in it? If so, this new type of transportation could revolutionize the funeral business.
It's a different take on carpooling.
It is. You know, I actually did this one time in Bermuda with golf clubs. Don't do it.
No.
Not smart.
It could be rough. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So WTF. I saw it. What the funeral.
What the funeral. All right, brother. Mr. Commander, that wraps up episode 98. Next week, we will have episode 99. That is going to be the best of the Effin' Show 2017. You know, and I love that this year with all of our interviews, we did kind of the fire round questions. There were some very comical answers and responses. So we're going to have a mashup of that next week and a mashup of our WTF segment. So, you know, everything that really happened funny. And what I have challenged our editing team to do for 18, Commander, is you and I, believe it or not, it is rare, but we do have screw-ups. And so there are opportunities where we don't necessarily stop recording. We kind of just backtrack and keep going, like one take, but we got to correct ourselves. So we did not capture all of the outtakes this year. Well, we captured a lot of the outtakes, but they're just beeps. So next year for 18, we are going to focus on creating a mashup of some of the outtakes and funny things that happen on the show.
Yeah, I think we should actually do a contest, an over-under of who screws up the most, and I'm going to bet on myself, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, well, Ryan, it's been a great year. We won't see each other live, if you will, like this until 2018. Speaking of which, our 100th show will be the first week of January. You don't want to miss that. We're going to recap a lot, and we're going to share some new things that was going to be coming on for this 2018. But Funeral Nation, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you to everybody who does the work that we do from the licensed directors out here to the owners, support staff, all the folks that are out here as vendors and suppliers. Y'all are what makes this industry great. And we love you and hope you the very best of holidays, no matter what you believe or who you worship or how you celebrate. Have a good effing end to the year.
Until next year.
I'm
here.
out.